A very good evening, class 10 students. So, as I promised you, we are revising. We have started our revision with our chapter that is life processes, and here we are going to talk about. Yesterday, I talked about amoeba and paramecium. So, today we will talk about the nutrition in higher animals or nutrition in human beings. So, here these steps, 5 steps, should be clear to you, exact clear, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you mean by this? First is the ingestion, then there is digestion, then there is absorption, assimilation, egestion. Now see, there is no shortcut to learn this, hai? So it is very easy. First, what do? When you take nutrition, what do? Intake of food. So in I for intake, I for ingestion. Ingestion means intake of food. You have taken the food, it will reach to the stomach, then it will reach to the intestine, and there happens digestion. So second step is digestion, where you have taken a very complex food. Either you have taken proteins, or you are taking carbohydrates, or you are taking fats in your food. So these all are बच्चे large molecules, right? और digestion का मतलब क्या होता है? Basically when there is the breakdown of large complex material into simple ones. Now absorption, at every cell of your body needs nutrition. So there is the movement of digested food that always move through the blood. So first step is clear, you take intake of food, ingestion, then breakdown of food, digestion, then movement of food, that is absorption, assimilation. Now you are utilizing your food for the different body parts, wherever energy is required, wherever your food is required by the cell, that is known as your assimilation. And finally, after this, unwanted material, waste product is removed, and this is called, जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना, exit. So same, basically E for exit, E for egestion. So first is ingestion. Second, आप क्या कर रहे हो? Breakdown, digestion. Then there is, you are transporting it to the different areas, absorption. Then there is the utilization of food, and finally there is the egestion, removal of waste products. I think these steps are clear, right? So now when we talk about nutrition in human beings, how does these ingestion, digestion, where are they taking place, or how they are taking place actually? First, intake of food is done through the mouth, right? We eat through our mouth, food is entered through our mouth. So here is intake of whole food, complete food through the mouth. Now what is there in your mouth? Small, there are lots of teeth, right? 32 teeth. So they help in keeping it in small parts, chewing it, grinding of food. So सबसे पहले you have taken the food through mouth, then you have grinding it, you have basically kept it in the, you are keeping it or doing it in the pieces. Then there is tongue, it helps in rolling of food, it helps in tasting of food, or you can say it helps in swallowing and pushing down of food. And टंग के बाद मेजर रोल आता है आपके फूड को वेट करने का, बेसिकली दैट इज विद द सेलाइवरी ग्लैंड्स. सेलाइवरी ग्लैंड्स secrete saliva as well as mucus. Now there is a very important one mark question, that is the saliva has which enzyme? That is the salivary amylase. Amylase word, amylase किसके लिए यूज़ करते हैं? Where, for what we use amylase? Starch. So here starch will break down into sugar. Starch, क्योंकि saliva is having your enzyme, that is salivary amylase. Who is secreting saliva? Salivary glands. And salivary amylase का क्या रोल है, क्या ऐसा काम कर रहा है ये? It helps in breakdown of starch. मैम starch क्या है? What is starch? Starch एक कॉम्प्लेक्स कार्बोहाइड्रेट है एंड उसको हमने छोटे स्मॉल बेसिकली उसमें तोड़ दिया है. दैट इज योर शुगर, right? So first portion is clear that you have taken the food through mouth. Then there are teeth which help in chewing of your food. Tongue helps in rolling of food and tasting of food, or you can say pushing down of your food. Salivary glands, they are secreting the saliva, and they are plus the mucus, that is the wet slimy material, and this saliva is having your enzyme. One word question. Saliva is having salivary amylase. तो हमारा माउथ में एक एंजाइम आ गया. कौन सा? salivary amylase. What is the role of salivary amylase? It helps in breakdown of complex carbohydrate, that is your starch, and it changes into sugar. Done? Okay. Now we wrote one word here, that tongue is helping us in the pushing down of food. So pushing down of food, and now food has reached to your food pipe. What is your food pipe? Esophagus. So we are taking food from the mouth to stomach. It is reaching to the stomach through the pipe only, and that is your food pipe. So it basically taking food from mouth to stomach with the help of peristaltic movement. 2 marks का question है, बहुत important question है. What is the peristaltic movements? बच्चे, basically if this is your esophagus, there is the contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation. Basically contraction का मतलब होता है छोटा एरिया छोटा हो जाना, एक्सपेंशन का वो बड़ा हो जाना. सो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन, आई एम नॉट इफ आई कैन शो यू माई हैंड मूवमेंट, बट यू नो दैट कॉन्ट्रैक्शन आई मीन दिस काइंड ऑफ मूवमेंट, एंड देन देयर इज द रिलैक्सेशन, देन कॉन्ट्रैक्शन एंड रिलैक्सेशन, contraction, relaxation. So basically contraction or expansion of muscles. किसके muscles? Esophagus के. जब ये continuously contract and relax होते हैं, this movement is known as peristaltic movement. We ignore these kind of words. We never try to understand these words. We are doing about esophagus. Esophagus क्या है? Esophagus is our food pipe. What is happening in this food pipe? There is the contraction and expansion. और expansion नहीं आ रहा पेपर के टाइम पे माइंड में, तो just write down the relaxation. Okay? Contraction and expansion or relaxation of, because it's a muscular one. So it's the muscles of esophagus, and this definition is known as peristaltic movement. It helps in, आपका फूड माउथ से कहाँ जा रहा है? स्टमक में. सो इट हेल्प्स इन ट्रांसफरिंग, टेकिंग फूड फ्रॉम माउथ टू स्टमक. now the food has reached to stomach. Okay, more enzyme. First enzyme we discussed about salivary amylase. Third is now enzymes, or you can say the juices. There are three important things are present in your stomach. Food कहाँ पे पहुँचा है? Stomach में. Stomach is having gland. Which gland? Gastric glands. They will secrete gastric juice, and this gastric juice has 3 things: pepsin, HCl, and mucus. Pepsin is an enzyme. P for pepsin. It helps in breakdown of proteins. बच्चा प्रोटीन कॉम्प्लेक्स है तो उसको तोड़ना तो बहुत ज़रूरी है स्मॉल मॉलिक्यूल्स में. एंड प्रोटीन्स आर मेड अप, इसको कहीं भी अपनी एनसीईआरटी में नोट कर लो, प्रोटीन्स आर मेड अप ऑफ अमाइनो एसिड्स. सो जब भी प्रोटीन्स टूटते हैं तो अमाइनो एसिड्स बनते हैं. सो एंजाइम दैट ब्रेक डाउन द प्रोटीन, इट इज प्रेजेंट इन आवर स्टमक, दैट इज पेप्सिन. देन देयर इज HCl, इट मेक्स द मीडियम एसिडिक. देन देयर इज म्यूकस, क्योंकि यहाँ पे एसिड भी है, सो म्यूकस प्रोटेक्ट द इनर लाइनिंग ऑफ स्टमक. नहीं तो एसिड पूरा उसको खराब कर देगा. सो दैट इज द रीजन वी हैव three things means there is the gland. Which gland? Gastric gland, right? It secretes juice, gastric juice. Gastric juice has three things: pepsin, which help in breakdown of protein. Then there is acid, which makes the medium acidic. And then there is the mucus. Basically, medium we need. Why do we need acidic medium? So that enzymes, they can work properly. That is why you need acidic medium. नहीं तो कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं थी. But this enzyme otherwise will not work. Now small intestine. Now after stomach, food is reaching to the small intestine. Intestine है तो intestine has few enzymes. So intestinal enzymes, they convert carbohydrates, fats or proteins. Convert नहीं लिखना है तो just write down, they break down. They break down your carbohydrates, they break down your fats, they break down your proteins. Carbohydrates break down होंगे तो sugar बनेगी, glucose. Fats दो चीज़ों से बने होते हैं. Fats, they are made up of fatty acids plus ग्लिसरॉल. सो अगर आपके फैट्स टूटेंगे तो दो चीज़ बनेगी, फैटी एसिड एंड ग्लिसरॉल. प्रोटीन्स, आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, दे आर मेड अप ऑफ अमाइनो एसिड. सो व्हेन द एंजाइम्स, दे विल वर्क, दे कन्वर्ट दिस complex material into simple one, that is amino acid. So carbohydrates टूटेगा तो ग्लूकोज, फैट्स टूटेगा तो फैटी एसिड प्लस ग्लिसरॉल, प्रोटीन्स टूटेंगे तो अमाइनो एसिड्स. We say that maximum absorption or digestion of food takes place in small intestine. Maximum, अगर कभी भी क्वेश्चन आता है, ये आता है क्वेश्चन, that where does maximum absorption of food takes place? That is your small intestine. Now, when we use the word absorption, why maximum absorption? Because they are having villi. Villi is finger-like projection. They help in absorption of food into blood so that you can transport them, so that our blood can transport them to the different places, which is your assimilation basically. Now small intestine has intestinal enzyme also, but it also receive secretion from two areas. कौन से होते हैं? लिवर एंड pancreas. It receives secretion from liver. It receives bile juice. Bile basically. Bile, question, very important. Bile juice helps in emulsification. What is emulsification? Breakdown of large fat globules into small fat globules. So bile always help in breakdown of your large fat. इतनी फैट मॉलिक्यूल्स को छोटी छोटी में कन्वर्ट करने में हेल्प करता है, एंड दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज emulsification. Second, intestine receives pancreatic juice. First it receive bile juice, और bile juice कहाँ से आया? liver से. And second it receives pancreatic juice, and pancreatic juice is having two things. बच्चे हमारे stomach में, in our stomach, gastric glands were producing one enzyme which was helping in breakdown of proteins. So you have to give me the name of that basically enzyme. In stomach, which enzyme is present which is helping us in digestion of proteins? If you have watched this lecture, you will answer. and I will see that who are going to answer. So pancreas is having pancreatic juice, and this is having another enzyme, that is trypsin and lipase. Trypsin also help in breakdown of proteins into peptones and fats. Lipase is breakdown of fats. Lipase किसके लिए यूज होता है? Breakdown of lipids or fats. Now the last one is large intestine. If the question comes who absorbs maximum food, the answer will be small intestine. If the question comes who absorb maximum water, that answer will be large intestine. And after absorbing every single drop of water, maximum of water, the rest of the undigested material is removed from the body via anus. So this is complete picture of nutrition in human beings, right? I think you are clear with this picture, and in the tomorrow's lecture I'm going to teach you very 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 important diagram, जिससे सब डरते हैं, पता नहीं क्यों डरते हैं, that diagram of our digestive system. I will make quick video on this, and you are going to draw this structure with me, so that there should not be any phobia. Next time when you are sitting for your board exam, you should be confident. Every child should be confident that we can do this, right? So what you have to answer me in my comment section, that which enzyme is present in stomach for the digestion of proteins, right? So I will see you tomorrow.